Good morning, dear. So, for civics in last class, we completed chapter 3, isn't it? So, today I am going to start chapter 4. So, already in geography, we completed lesson 2. You all know that well. History, we completed lesson 9. So, history one lesson, geography one lesson, civics already we completed chapter 3, and I am going to complete this lesson also, chapter 4. Okay, till now, if I completed this chapter 4 fully, with this totally we completed 4 lessons for this sem 2. So I hope you all are revising your lessons then and now. Don't omit or don't postpone your works. Okay, do regularly, then only it is going to help for you during the exam times. And as I told you in before classes, hereafter you can't just memorize or you can't just read and write in your exams. First you should understand the content properly. You must know to express your own words. If you understood a content, you must be able to explain that in your own words. You should not just see the book or see the workbook and just copy or just read and write. You must try to write by your own words, okay, own sentence. So you must be clear with sentence making, and your spelling should be also very, very clear. So train up for that. Not only in social, for all other subjects also you have to learn in the same method. Then only it is going to help you in the upcoming classes. Okay ma? So we will enter into the lesson. Chapter 4 is understanding laws. This is the same unit of chapter 3. In chapter 3 unit 2, we saw why do we need a parliament, isn't it? So here we are going to see understanding laws. So you all know what are the uses of parliament and what are the types of parliament, who are all the members of parliament, and what is the time period of parliament. These things all we learned in the previous lesson. So the continuation of that we are going to see here. In this lesson we are going to see the topics are, do these laws apply to everyone? That means if a country is there and there is some bylaws is there for the people to follow, what is this question is asking us is, if any law is created like that, if that law is applicable for all category people, or else if some category peoples are using that law for their own purpose and some of them are mainly given punishment. Is there any controversy like this, or the law is applicable for everyone? That is the question they are asking us first. Then how do new laws come into being? And at the same time, if people were not having any use of the laws which were created previously, they need something newly for their daily life, means is there any possibility to change the law or to create a new law? That is the next question they are asking. Then the third one is, could there be laws that are unpopular or controversial? That what I told you before. Is the law preparing or unpopular? Unpopular means so many people does not know that such kind of laws were created in the country for the people. We can use this. So many of them not aware of the laws. And controversial means in so many cases, for example, we can take this farmers bylaw now. Vivasayigal Poratam is going on, isn't it? In that thing, the government is telling that this would be very useful for the farmers, but the farmers are feeling that it is not comfortable for them and it should not be implemented in our country. So this is known as controversial. They are not supposed to feel that it is good for them. Only if they understood that it is going to be good, the government is able to apply that in a law. Okay, the last question is, what should we as citizen do under such circumstance? If suppose we are not able to follow the rules which were given by the government, follow the acts which were given by the government, in such cases as a citizen of our country, what we are supposed to do? That is the question. These are all the 4 topics we are going to cover in this lesson. Okay, so the first topic is, do laws apply to all? That means All means all over the whole. If human beings means everybody will come under that circumstance, but if we can separate them in the categorizing. We can separate them in gender format, male, female, we can categorize. Elder people, younger people, teenage people and adult people, uh, children, likewise we can categorize them. And one more main category is about the religion and caste. Okay, if you take India, as India is a democratic country, we all know very well, all the religion, all the caste are equal here, we are telling that is, but in reality life it is not like that. See, still now, still today in so many places, Muslims, Hindus, Christians, Sikh people, Buddhist people, like this, so many difference are there among the people according to their religion and caste. So this in this we are going to see whether this law is applicable for all. Yes, of course, because as we are a democratic country, if there is any law passed in our country by means of the Supreme Court or by the government, that is applicable for each and every citizen in our country. Everybody is equal. That is the rule actually we have in our country. Okay, so the next topic is, see, if you see in this page number 44, a picture has been given, and it is given like something that people were struggling for something else that they do not want. Okay, so this kind of acts were passed in the year 1870 of British law, in the Sedition Act of 1870. For what it has been passed is, everybody should be in a equal position. So person protesting or suppressing the British government could be arrested without due trial. This was actually came in the British period. In British period, India has no independence, only the British rule is there. So in such case, if the people were opposing the government, British government, what they this rule has been given in the year 1870. So according to this act, the people or a person who can be arrested easily if he is supposed to oppose the government. So this was given in the British time. But now in today's world, it is a democratic country, it is an independent country. So in such case, we can't arrest any people. If they got a proper permission from the proper priority person, they are not supposed to arrest. Okay, so if you see the next page, one more act is given. In your class 6 book, you read about the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. According to this new law, sons, daughters and their mothers can get an equal share of family priority. So one more thing is about still now we saw about the criminal acts, what all can be done. Now we are going to see about the civil acts. Okay, according to the Civil Act 2005, see, it's not in 2005, actually in 1986 itself. Before 1986, if you see, if a father has a property, if he is going to die, or he have to convey that property to anybody else, the only priority he can choose his son, not daughter. Listen carefully. Even if he has 5 daughters and 2 sons, that property can be shared only by means of that 2 sons alone. That 5 daughters doesn't have any priority towards that property of his of her father. Okay, that was the rule actually before 1986. But after 1986, what happened is, the government brought a rule that if a father is having 3 daughters and 3 sons, he should share his property, whatever he has, equally among the daughters and sons. He must share it in a 6 part, and each person should get a equal share. That was the government told. And according to this 2005 act, if the husband is having anything else, according to the Hindu rules. And one more important thing we are having is, we have 2 types of laws. One is the Hindu Succession Amendment Act laws, and the next one is Shariat Act. You know what is meant by Shariat? That is applicable only for Muslims. BC community, backward community, because in Muslims they are following the rules and regulations which has been given in the Quran, isn't it? So for that purpose only this was held. So when we read this paragraphs itself, we can easily understand that whatever the laws has been passed is applicable, and it is applicable for all the kinds of people in the country. So next topic is, how do new laws come about? So Parliament is playing one of the main role to come again the new bylaws, because in last lesson we saw that what is Parliament, and the members of Parliament are the representatives of the people. So what are all the things has to be told by the people, their queries, everything that the Parliament representative will tell in the Parliament, and he will be trying to solve out that problems. Okay, so in such method, what all the people need, they will tell to their representatives, and that representative will take that to the Parliament, and after that the leaders will discuss among them, and that may become a new law. Okay, so next is unpopular, and one more important thing is, for this new laws, isn't it, the main role is played by the TV reporters, newspaper, editorials, radio, broadcast, local meeting, and everything else, because media is a very very powerful weapon in today's world. Even though we are sitting in a same place, with by means of a smartphone or a TV or anything else, we can easily see each and everything which happens throughout the world. So world is nowadays very very smaller, because we are having media, and they exposes all the things towards the people. So they play an important role in changing the bylaws. Okay, next is unpopular and controversial laws. Unpopular and controversial, actually I explained you in the beginning itself. Unpopular means so many people does not know what is there any laws like this. So many of them doesn't know about POCSO. So many of them doesn't know what is meant by habeas corpus. So these are all the important things nowadays. In so many films also they are exposing what are all these things and all. You should also learn what these things and all, because at any cost, at any time, we might have the help of this laws. We should know the laws. That is very very important for us. And controversial law means the laws which are not useful and which are not practically applicable for the people. Okay, that is known as controversial laws. So last topic is, suppose if the laws are controversial, what, as a citizen, what we have to do? That is the protest. We have to protest, means we have to oppose to the government, not in a violent way. We must oppose in a ahimsa method. We can form a human chain, we can form a dharna and whatever it is. But we have to tell, we have to expose our ideas and needs to the government in a violent, non-violence method. Okay, non-violence method. We should not do anything violently. That is harmful, and it is a harassment act also. If you are doing anything else, harm to the public or harm to anybody else, because of your queries, if anybody is getting affected, that is also considered to be a criminal act, and you might have been arrested in such cases. Okay, so if you have any doubts regarding this lesson, you can contact me in the group. With this, in civics we completed 2 chapters for this term. Okay, for term 2 we completed 2 chapters. Lesson 3, chapter 3 and chapter 4 has been completed. The notes of lesson you can complete in the next class for this. Okay, so any doubts you can contact me in the group. Don't postpone your works. Whenever we complete, don't expect that we will often give you any homework to learn. You are responsible for learning it. Okay, so whenever you have time, whenever we complete a lesson, you can start revising it. That is going to help for you, not for me. Okay dears, thank you.